What
What?
is going on, everybody? This is Dr. Chris Featherstone here for yet another episode of the Legion of Raw podcast with my man Vince Russo. How are you, my man?
I'm all right. How are you, Doctor?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing fantastic, man. How was your Easter?
Nice. How about you, man?
It was great. The weather
Very
was
nice.
fantastic here in the C-Bus area. And it was great. Church was great.
Good for you.
I had some good brunch and took of course, my family out, my sister-in-law. Then hung out, rested, and hung out with some family in the evening. Man, it was fun. Good day.
Nice, man. Great. Very nice.
Awesome. Well, sharp turn. Something that wasn't the best. I love the random bounties from Vince Russo. I love it.
Bro, we're 3 weeks. We're 3 weeks after Mania, and this is awful. I predicted this. I said where are they possibly going to go after Mania, man? Bro, Vince is so desperate. He is going so against the grain of what he would be doing. And he's riding Cody Rhodes, which I can't believe. When I say riding Cody Rhodes, bro, when you got Cody Rhodes opening up the show in a 15-minute segment, when you've got Cody Rhodes in the main event and he's not losing, he's riding Cody Rhodes. And I'll be honest with you, bro, that to me is 100% desperation, because Cody Rhodes is not going to draw a fan other than those who are already watching. And I mean, you know, it is what it is, bro. But I was very concerned about, okay, where do we go after Mania, guys? What do you got in the pipeline? And this is it, I guess.
This is it, Vince. As we go through the matches, let's get some interaction from the SK Nation. Where are you from? Where are you chatting from? Where are you here in the chat from? Shout out your particular city and states or country. We have a lot of people from different countries as well. So shout out to the SK Nation. All right, let's jump right into the before we jump into it, I'll say this again at the end. If you are listening to this, leave a positive comment, leave a like. Matter of fact, like it now. Let's boost up those algorithms, because there might be some people just scrolling, looking for a post Raw interview, and they keep those likes up, and they'll bump the algorithm and they'll jump here, and that can be some first timers. So before we get into the matches, let's just have some fun with these here, because this is much more fun than the matches. We got Sydney, Australia. We got Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. We got Chicago. We got Omos, Nigeria. Very nice. Pittsburgh, PA. We've got Toronto. We've got Amish Country, Pennsylvania. We've got Virginia, Wisconsin, New York City, Staten Island, New Orleans, Steubenville, Ohio. Oh, nice fellow Ohioan. We got another Youngstown, Minot, North Dakota, Honolulu, Dallas, Texas, Knoxville, Tennessee, Dayton, Ohio. Very nice, Vince. We've got fans all over the globe watching the Legion of Raw, Vince.
Yes, very nice. Very nice.
Indeed. All right, let's go into Seth Rollins cutting an in-ring promo. That was the start of the show. Cody Rhodes comes out and agrees to face opponent of Rollins' choosing. Vince, I saw this and I said, okay, so this is yet another talking segment from Cody Rhodes. How much of this are we going to get from Cody?
Bro, I got to tell you, this was a very long talking segment. And, bro, I could not believe this. During a good portion of this promo, bro, Cody's back is to the hard camera.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, that's like really like that's you learn that the first day on the job.
Yes.
And I was like, bro, like seriously. And I'm sure, I mean, Vince had to be throwing a fit in the back, you know, bro. But again, it's a 15-minute segment with a whole lot of nothing other than I'm going to pick a surprise opponent. It took you 15 minutes to say that, bro. It literally took you 15 minutes to set up the main event with one sentence.
Do you think that we are going to get a early case of oversaturation of Cody talking?
Absolutely.
What happened to the element of mystique here?
Absolutely, bro. It's going to get old. It's going to get old quick, bro. And I think it already is getting old quick. I really believe that. And like I said, man, Vince is going to the Cody well, because think about it. Let's be honest, Chris. If he didn't have the Cody well right now, what would be opening up the show? Who's opening up the show? What's opening up the show? What's the main event?
I think that they're trying to make, from what I understand, that the two top baby faces right now is Lashley and Cody. They're going to make them the two top baby faces. So it'll probably be something related to Bobby Lashley, right?
Bro, I'm telling you, man, people don't want to listen. It's the same Cody Rhodes dressing to the nines in his suit, carrying himself and speaking like he's smarter than everybody else. Bro, does Cody forget who his dad was? What was Dusty, bro? Dusty was the common man. That's why everybody loved Dusty's. Yeah, like you say, Chris, son of a plumber baby. Cody goes out there with his suits. The way he talks like he's got this level of intelligence, and everybody else, bro, that ain't going to go over. Look what happened. That's what happened at AEW. And I told everybody that, bro. I told everybody as soon as they put the cameras in his house, I said, nobody is going to like this guy. You got the newness now of him going over to AEW, coming from AEW. Bro, it's going to wear off real quick.
Yeah. And for some reason, I think they are popping on the return.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just, I don't see this lasting for a long time as far as this moment. You know what I mean? This sappy moment for Cody and the fans. I think they're not really doing anything that make us keep sinking our teeth in his babyface run. It's just a bunch of long segments every week. And it's just, eventually I think that's going to dry up real fast, unfortunately.
Yep.
Next we have Naomi and Sasha Banks.
Like I said, bro, the only thing that could have saved this, and we talked about it, Chris, the only thing that could have saved this was straight away to Reigns. That was the only thing. Bro, you're going through Owens and Rollins. Who did he beat last week, bro? What's your bro did he beat last week? Miz. Nobody cares. Like zero. Nobody cares. If he would have went straight away at Roman, and bro, maybe Reigns throws the Usos at him one by one. Like Reigns is doing everything to avoid the match. But Owens and Seth and Miz, nobody cares.
Yep. Yes, indeed. Naomi and Sasha Banks defeats Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. So we saw this turn coming from a mile away. The Naomi and Sasha Banks win. Vince, explain to me how you would have booked this turn. These turns are so contrived and just lackluster and anticlimactic. Whatever happened to the art of the turn, Vince?
Well, especially, bro, when we go back, it's so confusing because when we go back, Nikki Cross turned on Rhea Ripley.
Yes.
So at that point, just a month ago, Ripley was the babyface. And now for no reason whatsoever, now Ripley is doing the turn. Bro, there's no pattern. There's no rhyme or reason. What about Rhea Ripley just saying to Liv Morgan, you know what? You're costing me money, man. Every time I lose a match, you're costing me money. Nothing personal. What about that? but to have her be turned on only to have her turn on somebody a week later. And again, bro, against people that don't matter. Nobody cares about Liv. We care more about Gigi than we care about Liv. Nobody cares about Liv Morgan. It means nothing, bro. Nothing.
And the reasoning for Ripley's turn is where were you? She kept saying, where were you?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, what? Like this is going to make you go to the dark side and turn on Liv Morgan. Now, look, like you said, if she was just like, you know what, this just ain't working out, we're just going to have to cut it. No, but she started beating her up because she was out in the ring. She was getting beat up by the opponents, and she wasn't. She got, like, Rhea was the one who got pinned though. She got mad that she got pinned and Liv Morgan wasn't there to break the pin. I mean, what is the reasoning behind where were you?
I don't, bro. I told you, I don't try to figure it out anymore. I can't think on their wavelength. I can't. It's impossible. Like, bro, I got to ask you another question. It might be too early to call for Joey. Bro, why is Sasha Banks crying after a victory? Can somebody, like, what are you I don't understand. What are you crying about? What are we doing here? This was a regular tag team match, and she's crying after they won.
Yeah.
What?
And so a standalone. So it does seem like Rhea Ripley is going to go the Edge route. You think, or is this going to be a standalone?
Bro, listen, I was saying it when I was doing my watch along. The woman is a beast. Mm-hmm. The woman is a bit. Why she's got to go with Edge and Damian Priest, I have no idea, other than they don't know how to book her. The woman is a beast, bro. You've got to make her stand out.
Yeah. I just don't think that there's much shelf life with her as like a top heel. How they book people, everything's so 50-50.
Yeah.
I just see, like, if she keeps the entrance, if she, like, if the music stays, if the entrance stays, I don't see anything different than her heel turn when she came up, when she was called up and she beat Asuka. She was a heel. So I don't understand. It didn't work then, and how's it going to work now? And so I think they're going to put her with Edge, and I don't see how that's going to help propel her career though, Vince.
Maybe he'll let her sit in the big chair.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. I think that's it right there.
I don't know. I don't know, Chris. I don't know.
Next we have Sonya Deville cutting a promo. She gets interrupted by Bianca Belair. Vince, when I saw this segment, I said, okay, pause. So Sasha, so Bianca Belair gets attacked last week from behind. So Sonya Deville's in the middle of the ring. So Bianca, she says, let me come out in high heels to restrict my mobility. And I'm going to come out in heels and I'm going to walk to you and just stand there and start talking.
Chris, what? You hit the nail on the head. She was attacked from behind last week. What this should have been was Sonya Deville's music and entrance, literally 3 steps down the ramp, Bianca from behind, boom, it's on. You go to commercial break hot. If somebody attacks you from behind, bro, you're not going to wait in the back in the gorilla position for her to call you out. Then I'm going to take my sweet time to the ring. Then I'm going to stand there to listen what you have to say to me after you jump me from behind last week. Yeah, but bro, this is what we talk about all the time, man. Not being true to the characters. This is where Bianca Belair has to say, yeah, but she attacked me from behind last week. This is what I would do. You can't go along with the game plan if it's going to make you look weak. And that makes her look weak.
Yep. Peter said he was thinking the same thing. He says amen to you as well. So, yeah, I
gotta tell you, I swear, man, I don't know if I've never seen her sleeveless before. The guns on Bianca Belair, like I was like, oh my God. I mean, and that's what I'm talking about, bro. Somebody that jacked, I'm going to kill you for jumping me from behind last week. I mean, come on, man. Yeah. She could probably take a husband.
Hey, I'm sure they spar and they train together. So,
I'm my God, sure what a physical specimen, bro! My gosh,
she can definitely hold her own. It appears, yeah. But instead, we got to see her come up and look at Sasha. I mean, like it's like you attacked me last week. A week ago, we're at a bar, Vince, you and I, and I'm just like, huh. All right, we make sure that the bar is safe. Make sure no one comes in and is trying to cause trouble. And you're behind me, and you just you get me from behind. And then the following week, I know exactly where you're going to be at. I come up in I come up in like some sandals. You know what I mean? It's like that restricts my mobility. I come up to you in the spot that I knew you were going to be at a week later. And instead of getting my comeuppance or going straight at you, I just start talking to you.
You know, Chris, I swear to God, even if I would have missed something, the talent would have said so, like, no problem. Like they remembered what happened last week. So even if Vince Russo forgot, they would, also would say, Vince, last week, oh yeah, where is the miscommunication? Yeah. Is it miscommunication or is it a fear of Vince McMahon? Well, it's one of the two, but they got to speak up, bro. They have to speak up.
Just didn't make sense.
And then, bro, they did the same thing again. They did this. Oh, we're gonna have a match, but not for you people in Buffalo. Oh no, we're gonna wait next week when we're in her hometown. Why do you do that, bro? Why do you do that?
Just really bad cliffhangers, Vince. I mean, that's really what it is. Just really, really bad cliffhangers.
Oh, bro, you talk about cliffhangers. We've got Veer Mahaan. Veer Mahaan to the ring is the next cliffhanger, and he's wrestling a jobber. And that's the cliffhanger. That is the cliffhanger, bro. I'm coming back to see Veer Mahaan wrestle a jobber.
Yes.
Bro, are you kidding me? Like,
yes.
Yes. I mean, who writes a show like this, bro? Who does this?
Yes, it was the almighty Jeff Brooks. You never heard of Jeff Brooks, former former Buffalo heavyweight wrestling federation world champion.
Oh, what are they doing, man? What are they doing?
Yeah, I just Sportskeeda posted a pretty cool pic on their on Facebook. They showed like an old pic of Veer Mahaan when he was playing baseball compared to what he looks like.
Oh, really?
Now. Yeah, it's crazy. Sportskeeda has like the best graphics. Just
and bro, I want to make something perfectly clear again before I get attacked. I have no issue with Veer Mahaan at all. No issue, bro. It's the booking and the writing. It's I don't have an issue with him. I already put over his hair.
Yeah, I mean his hair is incredible. I mean, like you really can't go wrong with Veer Mahaan's hair. Here we go. Here is you see that?
Oh my God, that's the same guy?
Yeah.
Holy
baseball playing Veer, transformed into current Veer Mahan, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, that's something else, man. That's
Yeah,
something, man.
yeah, very, very interesting. So he's been putting in the work in the gym, clearly, man. He's
Yeah, yeah,
and he
yep,
was chubby too when he was with Jinder. He is a little beefy,
yeah,
and so man, he's been putting in some work. So
yeah,
kudos to Veer, man. Kudos
yep.
to Veer. Um, Next we have Bianca Belair. So we did that KO show. Ezekiel takes a lie
Well,
detector test. So this is your favorite segment.
before that we had the scene with the dollar fine in the back.
Oh
Don't
yeah,
forget that,
yeah,
Gem, bro.
yeah,
But all right, go ahead. KO,
yeah.
Gable, and Ezekiel, the lie detector gimmick.
Yes, yes. The lie detector. This was a segment that you were looking forward to the most, Vince. And hold on a second. Yeah, this is the one you were looking forward to the most because you love this gimmick. You love the fact that Kevin Owens is making the decision to somehow be so entrenched, and whether Ezekiel is Elias or he's really Ezekiel. So he takes a lie detector test with Chad Gable being the moderator, the facilitator, and somehow he's telling the truth. And that transitions over to Ezekiel having a match against Chad Gable. This leads into a disqualification because Otis comes in. So does this transition the feud from Ezekiel and Kevin Owens to Ezekiel and Alpha Academy? Just a transition of a feud in this segment, or do we
For,
still
for,
see Kevin Owens?
First of all, man, Owens was dying on the vine out there. He was trying to make this segment funny, and it was not funny. And it got to the point that it was really, really, really dragging on. I kind of felt bad for him.
Yeah,
But yeah, bro, we've gone from Owens, um, accusing him of lying, and now we've transitioned, I guess, to the Alpha Cat. I guess. I
yeah.
mean,
Seems like it's some type of transition. Yeah, I guess so. Next we have the Street Profits defeating RK Bro. So somehow they're supposed to get this at a unification match between RK Bro and the Usos, and you're having the Street Profits beat RK Bro because of a fake entrance from the Usos. Is this the best way you could have booked this unification match, by having Usos fake coming out and the Street Profits somehow factoring themselves into this feud here?
again, Chris, it just has to go down. It has to really come down to we're getting closer and closer and closer to showtime, and we're running out of time. Just do this. I'm telling you that's my only explanation. Because what do you do here, bro? It's a false entrance, so you make RK Bro look like the two biggest morons in the world. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
we're idiots. We're stupid. We're gonna take all the attention off the match at hand because we heard the Usos. Who does that, bro? Like, who does that?
Where does the Street Profits factor in now since they won?
I guess they get first crack at the titles. I guess.
Hmm,
I have no idea, bro. No
guess so.
idea. Yep.
Edge and Damian Priest cuts a segment. Vince, this is the floor is yours on this. I don't understand. I didn't understand this. I don't get
Well, we got the big chair.
it. Yes.
We got the blue light. Um, that was my takeaway. The big chair and the blue light, bro. I mean, that's my takeaway.
We need to have a karaoke called Big Chairs and Blue Lights. Big chairs and blue lights.
Bro, didn't we have
Well,
this same character in Aleister Black about like 6 months ago? What was this
we
not
did.
the same exact
We did.
character?
We did. See what that led. But So Damian Priest is over because he's a flunky right now. Like he's a lackey. Like he's a sidekick. Is that why he's over? And like Edge was like, oh, he didn't have a match at WrestleMania. And so because he didn't have a WrestleMania match, he's gonna join the what'd you call it?
The Blue Day Order.
Blue was it Blue Chair? What is it?
The Blue Chair Order. Bro, listen, Chris, here's what we're doing. This is what we're doing. You said it earlier. 50-50 booking. Yes. After a while, the 50-50 booking means nothing for both parties involved. Mm-hmm. So when we realize it means nothing and nobody cares, we put them in the next thing. And then in the next thing, we do 50-50 booking. And, nobody cares about this either. Let's put that. Do we need to go through the roster of every single person that they've done this with? Do we need to do that? We can if you want.
Because essentially what's going to happen, Vince, is that AJ is going to beat Priest to get the edge. I mean, so Priest isn't going to be over from this. He's just playing like a Buddy Murphy style lackey. You know what I mean? So it's not, he's not getting older. He's not getting over for this. Next we have the so AJ Styles cuts a promo. Somehow he's just always in the most inopportune spaces, and he gets jumped by the Blue Chair World Order, Vince.
Yeah.
What do you got, man? What is he? What is this? Why do I care about AJ Styles getting jumped and saying just like doing his darndest to sell some random arm injury that he gets slammed in a drawer?
Chris, listen.
What is this?
This is the worst show on television. What's worse than this show? Like seriously, what's a show that's worse than this show currently on TV?
Raw Underground. Oh, you said currently. Oh, okay.
Bro, I swear to God, every night, Chris, I fall asleep to the Blacklist, right? Mm-hmm. And bro, every night when I fall asleep, when I start watching it again, I got to figure out where I fell asleep because I don't want to miss a minute. Yeah. I can't get through this show fast enough, bro. I'm up to like times 10, and it's still too slow to get me through this show. I can't get through this show fast enough, bro.
Yeah, I'm always doing something, Vince.
Come on, guys, please. Yeah. This is pathetic. This is pathetic. This is what Cody Rhodes wanted to jump ship for.
Yeah.
This.
Oof. It has to be.
We didn't even get to the wedding yet.
Oh.
Oh, and I think Vince McMahon forgot that we haven't seen him and Austin together in like the last 6 weeks. Did he forget that, bro?
Like there was of course.
What is he doing out there? We haven't seen him for the last 6 weeks.
He gets mumbles ends. He Theory loses to Pat McAfee. Vince gets upset about that. He says, well, let me go in. Let me show you. And he beats Pat McAfee. And Theory doesn't look very strong at WrestleMania. Just for him to lose against a Finn Balor who's been constantly losing.
Bro, what did this time? Bro, let me break this down for you. Which is, I can't believe I'm saying this. This Finn Balor title reign actually brought him down a few notches.
Oh, yeah. It sure did.
How does a guy win a title and then diminish his value? How does that happen, bro?
It was horrible. And there was some momentum there because I was actually there when he won the title, when he won the U.S. Championship. And the place went pretty bananas when Finn Balor won the title. People were just waiting for him to have some type of like, finally he's done something because he's been booked so horribly over the past 2 years. Man, and so he finally wins the U.S. Championship. And I mean, the next week like he loses consecutive weeks after that, and continues to lose. Like you said, I mean, I agree. It's brought him down a few pegs since winning.
Yes.
Like like how do you win a championship, a prestigious championship that's been around since what 75, I believe. And so you have a prestigious championship that's nearly 50 years old, and that causes you to go down a few pegs from your current status, which was already very low.
Bro, think of any former intercontinental champion. Can you imagine Randy Savage after he won the IC title? We're gonna beat Randy 5 out of the next 6. Like, can you think of any intercontinental title? Jeff Jarrett when he was the intercontinental champion.
I don't understand how you want your titles to have so much prestige, and you have the champions actually look worse than before they won the title. I mean, I
How
don't
do you
understand.
even do that? How do you do that, bro?
Doesn't make sense to me whatsoever. Next we have the Theory celebrates with a bunch of wrestlers. All of a sudden, Commander Aziz and Apollo Crews are heels again. So they were during Omos, they were baby faces, and all of a sudden they're like, "Listen, I don't care. So I can get some TV time if I hold up, Austin there. I'm in. Let me be a part of that segment. I want to be a part of it. Yeah. It just seems really desperate, and it's like, man, you have those talent in the ring that have potential, like especially like Apollo Crews, and he's just back behind Theory, like, oh, okay, I'm just out here, I either here or catering, so at least I get to be on TV.
And think about
And
that
now
too.
Vince McMahon comes out.
Yeah, and think about that too. Okay, so who does Austin or not Theory? Who does Theory have a program with now that we care about? Who? Dominic? Who's he have a program with now? Who?
Probably Ray. Probably Ray. Who didn't help his who didn't come out to help his son, by the way.
Right. And not only that, Dominic doesn't seek revenge after getting his rear end kicked.
Yeah,
he's not going anywhere near Veer Mahan again.
I think they wrote him off because of that. I think that was the way to write him off. I don't think Vince has a lot of interest in Dominic anymore, and that was probably a way to probably bring him back in the training, or probably debut him on NXT or something like that. I just don't see it. I don't see Vince having a lot of trust him anymore, Vince. What we do trust is Dylan with the $5 super chat. Vince has the current state of wrestling ruin your love for wrestling after growing up watching guys like Macho Man.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, 1,000%. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed by the wrestling industry today, guys. It's an embarrassment to me. But both companies, it's a total embarrassment. That's a shoot. That's a shoot. It's an embarrassment. And not only that, bro, I think it's an embarrassment. It's more of an embarrassment to the guys that paved the way. I mean, bro, I was watching a documentary this morning, Chris. I was watching a little documentary on Big John Studd, like, who died at 47 years old, by the way. Like, all these greats that really built something. Bro, when they said WrestleMania, if you remember early on, Chris, I don't know how old you are for the early WrestleManias, but, bro, the tagline was WrestleMania, what the world is watching.
What the world is watching.
The world was watching, bro. Like, that was an absolute shoot. Yep. The world was watching wrestling thanks to these guys. And
what the world is watching.
Yes. And what it has turned in today, it's embarrassing, man. It's absolutely embarrassing.
I agree, man. I've been watching wrestling for 36 or so years now. So I started watching wrestling when I was a little kid, little bitty kid, and mid '80s was when I started watching it. Around the Horseman time, around the first WrestleMania Horseman time. I was a little bitty kid, and I've seen just 35 plus years of wrestling. And as a journalist, I watched wrestling even before my time. I was watching 70s AWA and even 60s wrestling before then. And so I've watched a good 60 years of wrestling. And even though a lot of the 60s wrestling was very carny, what I mean? But at the same time, there were still characters that were being developed at that time, Vince.
Mhm.
And I don't see that is the thing to me. Being a wrestling, historian in many senses, and being a journalist and watching wrestling, for 60 years of wrestling that I know about. I mean, even before, Gene Kiniski and, what I mean, and then Toots Mott, what I mean, and a whole bunch of characters, you know what I mean, before the 60s. And so it's just characters, 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 characters. That's what got me into watching and that was my buy-in for pro wrestling. And now it's just a pop fest, Vince. That's my thing. It's just a big old pop fest.
Yeah.
And then people get tired of the pop. I was just watching what was it? Battle of the Belts, I believe, AEW's last thing. And Sammy Guevara is just starting to get booed now. It's like you're spending all of that time breaking your back and being a move away from paralyzing yourself, and all that for the fans to just crap on you now.
Yeah.
They're like,
And bro, it's funny that you point him out because I was watching Rampage a couple of weeks ago. And in the court, bro, it's funny to me. Everybody talks about, Vince Russo did this and did that, and it was X-rated and this and that. Okay, bro. In the course of a 2-minute promo, Sammy Guevara said the word SHIT twice, bro, twice. And then the last thing he said was, BITCH in a very rude way.
Mhm.
And I'm sitting there and I'm watching this from home, and it's like he's doing this to come across as being cool and having an edge, but it's coming across the complete opposite way because you see him purposely cursing.
Yeah.
You see him doing it on purpose. Not that somebody got him so riled up. No, bro, he's doing it on purpose to be cool, thinking that's going to get over. No, bro, because people are seeing the same thing I'm seeing. You're
Yeah.
forcing it, and people can see right through that. But Chris, they don't understand the psychology. They don't understand their own audience. They don't understand, bro.
Yeah. Sad to see too, because it seemed like Guevara was foolproof. I mean, it seems like he was foolproof when it comes to getting over with the fans. And it goes back to you're not booking a character. The fans are tired of the pops. If you're not giving them the pops, they're tired of you. And now you have this, now you're doing heelish stuff because you're like, you know, uh, uh, playing tongue hockey with a hot Brazilian chick, what I mean, with Ty Conti, your girlfriend. And it's like, the fans won't like that because they want they want to be in your role. So people are booing you now, which
Yeah,
I mean,
bro,
that's not a babyface thing to do.
bro, you can't let the tail wag the dog. And
Yeah,
that's
correct.
exactly what's happened here
Correct.
because, bro, they wanted the spot fest.
Yep.
So, okay, bro, we're going to give them the spot fest and we're going to keep up in the ante. Okay, bro. And we've said this a million times. Okay, bro, what are you going to do when they've seen everything? Now
Exactly.
they're bored with you. We've seen it, bro. Now what? Now I'm going to go out there and I'm going to curse.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Bro, eventually, we kept saying this, eventually they're going to have seen everything. That's why you need characters and stories, Chris, because characters and stories can always be different.
100%.
You can only come up with so many moves, bro. Character, bro, how many years have they been making movies and television shows with different characters and storylines? That goes on forever. In wrestling, bro, you can only do so many moves, and after you do them all, they're bored with it, bro. What's next? And that's where you are, bro. That's where you are. I swear to God.
Go ahead.
No, Chris, I was watching a match the other day. I could not believe it. I know Daniel Bryan's neck injury, his history. I know his history. So then he's in there against one of these best friends guys, the best friends, whatever his name is, Toots Mond. And the announcers,
Toots Mond, ladies and gentlemen.
The announcers say that Toots Mond also had neck surgery. Chris, I can't. So now we've got two guys in the ring who have had neck surgery.
Yes.
Chris, they must have threw each other on their heads 10 times. And I'm sitting in my house saying, are you guys literally out of your freaking minds, bro? Yeah. You've both had neck surgery. You're taking bumps on your neck and bumps on your head and bumps on the ring apron. Oh my God, bro. Yes. Unbelievable, man.
Yes. Bryan Danielson and Toots Mond, 100%.
Unbelievable, bro. They both had vertebrae. What do they call it when they fuse them together? They got fused vertebrae and they're dropping each other on their heads, bro. Beautiful.
Absolutely. All right, so we got Greg with the $9.99 super chat. Vince, great job with your new series, Glass Onion. In my opinion, you're 100% accurate in your take in that first episode. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you very much, Greg. Thank you.
What are your thoughts on that?
I can't talk about it because Sportskeeda said we can only talk about the show. Because I don't want to draw any controversy to this show. So go listen to Glass Onions, bro, and you'll see what I spoke about.
That's true. Good job.
But it was something that I'm sure affected you much the same way it affected me. Let's put it that way.
There you go. All right, let's move on. With that being said, let's move on to Seth Rollins cutting a backstage interview. And then, doesn't know his... So he's making the opponent mysterious. Then we get to our favorite segment of the night, Vince.
The Toots Mond wedding, bro. We got the Toots Mond.
Yes, the Toots Mond wedding. Wow. The wedding ceremony officiated by Toots Mond, ladies and gentlemen. By Toots Mond, ladies and gentlemen. And man, Vince, the floor is yours on this one, man.
Well, I'm gonna steal a line from my good friend Brian James, the Road Dog.
Okay.
And it's gonna. I'm saying this line for my good friend R-Truth.
Okay.
Bless his heart. That's what Road Dog would say. Bless his heart, because he tried, bro. He really, really, really tried.
He did a really good job trying to calm the crowd after all the what chants. And
he really, really tried so hard. But Chris, bad comedy is just bad comedy, man. And bro, bad comedy is so easy. There's a fine line, bro. And when you do not have professional comedy writers, bro, you're just going to get something that's really stupid. And this was just really, I mean, Chris, can you explain to me why Tamina kept switching out the partner? Like, what was, can you explain to me what that was supposed to be?
A desperate attempt to prolong a segment because um, this segment was already way too long. After the first minute, it was a minute too long, and just trying to get reactions from the crowd and getting boos and getting cheers at different times, and it just it all led back to the same two people marrying each other. So that's why it wasn't any plot twist, it wasn't any turns, it was just wasted time, only for this to be a 24/7 segment for Dana Brooke to once again be champ again.
Chris, this whole thing and the build to this whole thing was all about somebody thinking it would be funny to get covers wearing wedding dresses. That's what this whole thing was. Oh, bro, it'll be hysterical if they're covering each other. Then we could have Tozawa go up her wedding dress. That's what this was all about. Somebody thought, and probably Vince McMahon, that it would be hysterical to have them come off the top rope in a wedding dress. That's what this massive waste of my time over the last 4 weeks has been. That's it.
Yeah. And this just seems like the I'm sure you know who Sherry Lewis is, former the really awesome ventriloquist
Oh, yeah.
Lamb
Oh,
Chops play
yeah.
along.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is like,
Oh,
Lamb Chops
Lamb
was,
Chop. Lamb Chop.
yeah,
Did
yeah.
you ever
So
see her
this is
Toots Mun puppet? Did you ever see that act?
I did see Toots. I did see Toots puppet. It was really
Yeah,
good,
no,
man.
good old Lamb Chop. Yeah, what about Lamb Chop? I can't wait to hear this story now. You're bringing up Sherry
So
Lewis. Go ahead, man.
so I loved Lamb Chops play along. I used to love watching that show. And at the end, Sherry Lewis would sing, this is the song that doesn't end.
Then
This is
keeps
the
going
song
on
that
and on, my friends. Just when you
some people started singing and not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because this is the
this is a song that never ends. Keeps going on and on. Yeah, good old. Go ahead. So, tell me the story. So good.
So that reminds me of this 24/7 segment with these four
Yes,
people.
yes, yes.
It's
Yep.
just like this whole angle, like it's been going on forever, and I just don't see an end game to this. I can see for some odd reason in 6 months it'll just be the 24/7 segment that just doesn't end. It'll be the four and R-Truth somehow end this again, and it just is never going to go away, Vince.
Well, I'm assuming we got to go on honeymoons next week, right? Oh, we got to go to the honeymoon, and then who's hiding in the little wheelie cart to get a pin? Like, come on, man. Like,
You know who it is,
whatever,
right?
bro.
You know who's hiding in there, right?
Toots.
Toots Ma!
Bro, this is just so bad. I love the people too, bro. I love, because I get this all the time. I say this show is bitter, Chris, because I say this show is bad because I'm bitter that they won't hire me. I get that all the time. I'm like, bro, like, are you serious? Like, are you kidding me? Like,
Big booze for that one. Yeah. It just,
oh, man alive.
yes. Yes, indeed, man. Let's go on. We get the MVP with Omos earlier today segment, and then that somehow turns into Bobby Lashley going back to Bobby Lashley with his promo. I say this again. I don't mind Bobby Lashley being a babyface. I think it was a good heel with MVP. But I don't mind him being a babyface. We've seen him on both sides, both in WWE and Impact. But just as a babyface, cutting those promos, man, I'm just it really diminishes his character as a babyface, man. Less is more with him when it comes to being a babyface, and I would really spend much less time with him on the mic as a babyface.
Bro, he's not cut out to be a babyface. He's really not. I mean, he's just not. There are some people that they just can't. they just can't be a babyface. I mean, I think he's one of those people. And bro, don't get me wrong. Like, I think Lashley's got like a smile that lights up a room. I mean, he really does. But in this forum, bro, he's just meant to be a heel, man. He's got to be the heel that the baby face, like, you just don't think can beat him.
Mm-hmm. They tried to do that when he was champ, and so he had a really good heel run. It's just that like when he was a baby face back in like 2005, 6, 7, the WrestleMania match with him with Trump in his corner against Umaga.
I didn't see any of that.
He was pretty good, actually. I mean, he was a good baby face back then. U.S. Championship. Back in the mid 2000s, actually pretty good. He was just more of a shoots. It was he was a big brawly wrestler like athletic guy. He didn't really he was a bit vanilla, but the fans clung on to him because he was just kind of a powerhouse type of deal. For some reason, fans like those powerhouse type of baby faces. Like Ahmed Johnson was a huge baby face, back in your day. He was that Pearl River powerhouse, right? The fans loved Ahmed Johnson because he had that powerhouse type of baby face, feel to him. Keith Lee, people like Keith Lee. I mean, his booking is not very good, but in NXT, he was a powerhouse babyface, and people loved him. So people are clinging to that. But at the same time, though, how we saw him as a heel with MVP, it was pretty good. I did think it had a shelf life to it because they were kind of microwaving him and pushing him and giving him opportunities without much storyline. They were just not really going anywhere with this character. And that's the problem what I see a lot, Vince, with a lot of these wrestlers. They have to have microwave angles because the intrigue is in a very short angle, and then we get a bunch of pops and spots, and their character doesn't sustain the angle. Does that make sense? Like it just
Absolutely.
it doesn't sustain the angle. Peter, Ron Simmons. Well, great example. Ron Simmons, another powerhouse babyface. That people cling to him. And lastly has that opportunity. Junkyard Dog is another one. The powerhouse babyface stands the test of time. Tony Atlas is another one. And I think if you have a character that is sustainable for that and is built right, you can still have that powerhouse babyface effect, but not if the storylines and angles don't connect with it. And with Lashley, he's not giving stuff to connect, as that powerhouse babyface.
I mean, bro, listen, the only vignettes we are seeing is when people are stating the obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Vignettes is where you build characters, bro. I can sit here and reel off so many. Val Venus was trying to pick up every girl in the back, and we were driving that home. And then when he messed with the wrong girl, Shamrocks, but bro, come on. We still talk about DiBiase kicking the basketball.
Yep.
That's the building of characters, bro. They don't do it anymore. You put a mic in front of somebody in the back and they state the obvious. That's it. There's no, if we go down every vignette today, Rhea Ripley in the back, Seth Rollins in the back, AJ Styles, not one person did any character work. They all stated the obvious, bro. That's where the characters have to come into play.
Amen, sir. Amen. Next we have the Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens spot. Kevin Owens walks out and Cody Rhodes wins by count out. And this was weird to me because Rollins pushes Cody off the top ropes and there was a hard cutoff for me. Was it the same for you?
Yeah. I mean, they were out of time, I think.
Yeah, I mean they were out of time, but
Yeah.
do you think that they that was on accident? They
Yeah.
just
They,
ran it.
I don't think they were supposed to go off the air that way.
Ah, very, very interesting. I wonder how they're going to tie that into next week.
I just don't understand, bro. Like, and this is what I'm saying about Vince McMahon being desperate. This is what I mean. Bro, the top guy just comes over from AEW and he's in your main event.
Mm-hmm.
The top guy from another company. So that tells me, well, that guy was better than everybody else on your roster. If he just comes, so then not only is he in the main event, he goes over. I mean, the only thing they didn't do was pin Owens because I mean, at that point they smartened up, saying, "Oh well, bro, the AEW guy came in, he's going over every single one of our guys every week. We can't do that, so we'll do a count out." So we sat there for a 15-minute match to get a count out. And why am I? And I'm watching next week. Why? So I could see another Cody Seth promo. Is that
And
why
that's
I'm
probably what's
watching
going to
next
happen
week?
next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they'll open up the show with a promo, bro,
Yep.
because you screwed. Like,
That's probably how it's going to end up. That's probably how it's going to end.
and Seth Cody beat Seth at WrestleMania, and I care to watch the rematch. Why? Didn't he
And that match was like
beat him
25
already?
minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
didn't he beat him already? So that wasn't enough for me. I got to see him beat him again.
And there's
Okay.
no stipulation to it, though. I mean, it's the same. Like the angle of this, Vince, is, oh, you were Vince's handpicked opponent last time. You caught me off guard. Let's do it another time.
Yeah.
Like that's the angle, Vince. Like
That's the angle.
what's the buy-in with that? Oh, okay. Yeah. Man, I'm really excited. I already saw this. I already saw a 25-minute match at WrestleMania. There's no angle. There's no character building here. The
Bro,
buy-in is let's do it again because you caught me off guard.
Bro, we said this. We said this building up to WrestleMania, which was so lackluster. We said, where are they going to go after this? There was nowhere to go. The only place they went, bro, is Cody jumped. So now we're gonna overexpose Cody and book the crap out of Cody to nauseum because he's the shiny new toy, and there's nothing else. There is nothing. What else do you have, bro? There's nothing. Brock's home. What Becky's home. What else do we have, guys?
Yeah. We have Cyan Deville against a Bianca Belair who gets retribution by wearing heels and a very nice outfit and long, big earrings. That's what we get. We get a lie detector test of is Ezekiel Elias or is he not? We get a blue chair world order segment, and we get a incredibly telegraphed from a mile away heel turn for Rhea Ripley. That's what we get. That's what we get for Raw. That's what we get for Raw, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we get for Raw. Very nice. Very nice. All right. But you know what we did get, though? We also got Toot Spot, ladies and gentlemen. We got Toot Spot. We got Toot Spot. I don't know about the brand, my man.
You know what else we got?
I don't know about the.
You know what else we got?
What we got, Vince?
Sherry Lewis and Lamb Chop.
Yeah!
Give us some love, ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
Jerry Lewis, Lamb Chops play along, ladies and gentlemen. The song that doesn't end.
You know what else we got?
Who else we got?
Kukla, Fran, and Ollie.
Yes.
Kukla, Fran, and Ollie. Yes. Nice. Channel attitude. Bro, listen, I promise you, if you come over to channelattitude.com, I promise you will not get your intelligence insulted every single week. We will challenge you, bro, to think outside of the box. We will talk about the business of the business, and you will get a little bit of an education. we will not insult you guys. Check that out. Channelattitude.com.
Yes, yes. Go to my site, tootsmont.com. For your
Truth smart, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, man. I had more fun putting Tootsmont
Yes.
over tonight than talking about Raw.
Tootsmont was more over tonight than anybody on the show,
Yes,
far and
indeed.
away, man.
Yes,
Far and
yes.
away.
Tootsmont over more than anybody on
Yes.
the entire Raw show.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this guy is Vince Russo. I'm Dr. Chris. Go to channelattitude.com, go to tootsmont.com, and have a have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. So long, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good night.